Hi everybody, this is Cindy over at paper.old.new. As you can see, my desk is a mess. I have been working on these pockets that we did that were inspired by Tina over at Shabby Dabby Doodah. And I really liked these, so I decided to make some. And I made a whole stack. Let me see if I can find my... Let's see, I'll show you the ones that I have them all sitting off to the side. I don't know that we'll, look at that stack. So we're obviously not going to be able to decorate all of these in one video because, well, that would take forever. But I do have some I decorated and some I kind of got started on. So I figured we would work on those and we'll see how it goes and how far we get. I will show you some of these. So I did this one. I really like these. I had a lot of fun making them and decorating them. So thanks to Tina for the inspiration. This one, when I did the piece of paper, I was trimming them off and I made it too short. So it left a gap here. I decided to leave the gap there because I can put some sort of border across the top and it won't look too weird. There's some more with the sunset paper. And then this was all that that kind of antique magazine-y paper that I had. Magazine-y. I love the way we make up words. And in this one, I grabbed a piece of scrap from another page I had made. See, I have more of it over here. And I stuck it on here just to see what it would be like to cover and just have one book page flap. So I did that with that one. And then I have this one where I took the page and it had more ribbon. So I stuck a piece of the ribbon from the picture up here. Am I doing this off camera? I'm doing this off camera. Sorry about that. This one was kind of Christmas. So I have the Christmas paper and then the snowflakes. And again, Christmas paper and snowflakes. I liked this one for the flowers and the really old, I'm not sure if those are binoculars or opera glasses. They're not on a stick, so I'm going to go with binoculars because they have the little focus adjuster. And then lace and pearls up top, so I thought that was nice. And then I did this one with the bow and the rose on the satin. Like I said, this was just some paper I had sitting around. They were 8.5 by 11 sheets, and they all had these pictures of kind of just old vintage stuff on them. And I had some of the, is it toile paper? So I put some of that on there. I thought it went good with the little crocheted things. And then here is the one. I really liked the JP Coates, the old JP Coates thread and the scissors. And then I put some lace up at the top from the same piece of paper. This was one of the was the greeting card collage paper that I had. And then I added some snowflakes because these are wintry. So that one, and then the old lace with a little change purse and a pocket watch and some matches. And then this was coins. So I had a lot of fun decorating these, or well, at least throwing the paper on these and picking what it was going to be. So now I kind of go through and choose the decorations. So these are some that I finished off camera and I thought I would share them with you and then we'll decorate a couple and see how far we get. I have this one. I found this little poem in a book. Do I have the book handy so I can show you? I do not, which is weird because it was just out here. But anyway, so I have this one. And I had made this little cluster with the hummingbird in it. And I had put that down. And I put this lace came off of the edge of... And I don't have anything handy. I thought I had the placemat that this came off of. I've been rearranging down here and I've lost track of like so much stuff. Oh, here it is. So like see the edging on this? I took the edging off of that and put it down the side of this. I think I put it down the side of one other one. And then these are rubber ones. But the poem says, in a high wind, the leaves don't fall, but fly straight out of the tree like birds. So I added some fall leaf rub ones to go with the poem and then the bird. And I like the way it turned out. I was really happy with it. So that was one finished. This is kind of cool. I'm excited because now I have to make a box that has finished ephemera in it that I can go through and pick out stuff to put in books. This one was one of I loved this paper. This is from that Mariposa butterfly pad. I have a big butterfly stamp. So this is a stamp, and I stamped it on here before I did any decorating, hence the fact that you can kind of see the wing peeking up here past the lace. So, and then I have a whole roll of this, and then I have these liquid pearls. So I did down the body of the butterfly and down the lace here. They didn't stand up as much as I would have liked, but I still like the way it turned out with the little dots of like pearlescent. And but I love this paper, so I was really pleased with this one. It's kind of neutral too, which I like, because it can kind of fit in with, you know, a butterfly journal or a neutral nature journal or something like that. So I really liked how that one turned out. That one's done. Here, this one is, I tried sewing around this one. And I'm still a little like, uncomfortable with my sewing machine, I guess you could say. This side over here, I ended up covering up the stitching because it was a mess. Can you see? You can see it on the back. See how it's like it's spaced really far, and then it's spaced really close, and then it gets far apart and then close together. And I don't know if that's something I'm doing or what, but I seem to be able to even it out around the rest of the page. Like I said, I'm still learning, guys. The sewing machine is stumping me. I think it's because I can't keep, my pedal is really sensitive. Anyway, so this was lace with buttons, and I added some, again, the liquid pearls dots. And then I put some little yellow rhinestones here to tie in with the yellow rose that I added, because there's a rose down here. And I just threw this little cluster together and stuck it on there as decoration. I'm liking how these turned out. This is edging from this, again, sewn together with a piece of ribbon. And then I put a few little pearl eyes of the liquid pearls up here along the seam. So just for little details. And then I want to glue something up here in this pocket, although when I tried, it didn't work because of what I tried to glue. I tried to glue something up here and it didn't work, but the glue seems to have tacked these threads down. They started to come out. So I don't know if they got clipped or something. So the glue seems to be holding them for the moment. But yeah, I sewed a piece of ribbon to the trim and then glued it down. This has got to be my favorite. I absolutely adore how this came out. So again, I decided to cover the second strip of book page with the polka dot. These came from a 6x6 paper pad that I had. I have a whole bunch of the paper from it left, and it's great for these kind of projects because it's a paper pad of all coordinating papers. So you can combine the papers in any way you want and come up with something that looks really cute. And I dug out all my trim laces and stuff. And this is the lace that I use down here at the bottom. And I had forgotten, guys, that I had bought all this lace at a yard sale, and it was in the bottom of a bag. I had hauled it, but it was in the bottom of a bag, waiting for me to find a place to put it. Anyway, so then I had some 3D stickers, which had the hyacinths on them, and the teacups. I love the teacups and the teapots. So I used the teacup with the bird, and I thought the colors went great. This sticker set did not go with this paper pad, but I thought it was amazing. And then it had a little enjoy. And I put some pearls on here. It's like this kind of stuff. Here's the yellow rhinestones I did. Sorry, I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff over here. I also have sheets of pearls in white and pink. And it was some of that I put here. And I really like the way they turned out. I'm going to have to buy some. I got these. These are from the dollar store or the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to have to get some more of those. But yeah, this was my favorite. I rounded the top corners. The bottom corners you can't really see because of the lace. And I love the way that one turned out. So, and then I was working on one and I decided to do some experimenting. Ooh, that's been sitting overnight, guys, and it's not totally dry. I decided to do some experimenting, and can I just say I didn't realize how far this stuff would splatter when I splattered it. But yeah, I used this Distress Oxide Spray Festive Berries is what I used. And this is some of the leftover scrapbook paper that I had from making my my son's baby books, both of my sons. And it came in a pad. I have like the 4x6 little pads, mat stacks, and then I have 12x12 paper, or I had. I don't know if I have any more of the 12x12 paper. But I also got this really cool adhesive ribbon that went with it. And it's from this DCWV fan, but this is like forever ago, so I don't know that this is still like a line that they sell. Anyway, so I stuck a piece of the adhesive ribbon down and then splattered, hence the splatter on the ribbon. This is wet. I'm like shocked. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to like... I don't want to like smear it, but it's... I've never used these sprays before. Does it take them a while to dry? Okay, now, the last thing I wanted to do on this one isn't completely done, and I figured I'd finish it on film. The last thing I wanted to do on this was, there's stars all through this, and I have this little star stamp. So I was going to put some stars on here, and I wanted to add these little pieces of ribbon. They say zoom, and then they have the green stars, and I was going to put one like here, maybe. I don't want to put it down here because I'm afraid it'll interfere with the pocket. Or I was going to do like an overlapping thing here. So put like one here and one here with these planes, which I kind of like, but I got to turn this right side up because that's upside down. It is directional because if you put it upside down, the zoom word doesn't work. So let's go ahead and glue these down. Like I said, and you can make these pockets. I mean, like you saw, I have all those antique-y looking ones. I have a few Christmas ones. These are very much like children's ones, I guess. So, I mean, depending on the kind of papers or printables or scrapbooks stuff you have, these can be anything you want them to be. And go in any kind of, like, I think this would be great in a little golden book journal, assuming it fits. And there is room to trim. So like I can trim a little bit off the top. I can take a little bit off the bottom. I just have to make sure that if I, trim it and it needs re-gluing to close the pocket, that I'm cognizant of that. But other than that, I mean, these don't have to stay this size, even though, they've been built. So if it's like, if I want to go put it in a little golden book and it's too tall, I can just trim it and stick it in there. Okay, now I want to put a couple stars on here. I don't really have any place specifically. Put one down here, see how it turns out. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh, they're not inking all the way, guys. Should I put another one on there, or is that enough, you think? I don't want to overcrowd. Maybe one right here. There we go. That's what I needed to be doing, was rotating it. But what I really wanted, and because I can't find any of the 12 by 12 paper, I wanted something big to cut out to make a cluster for this, but I didn't have it. So if I get something in the future, but for now, I like the way this turned out. Even though this isn't like a vintage or a, like that, it's still fun. I really like it. So these are a ton of fun. I'm like having a blast doing these. All right, I'm going to put this out of the way because as you can see, my desk is a mess and I don't have a lot of space. So if I don't put stuff away, I'm not going to have any room to work. Okay, now I did 2 of these with sunflower paper. One has a blank page and one has both flaps with words. I do want to decorate these. These were the ones I was going to decorate on camera. And I think that I had already started gathering stuff, and I really like this on here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here. And I think that this will be fun because basically looking at these 2, we'll be able to see, even though you've decorated them basically the same and they're the same kind of pocket, they don't have to look alike. They can be completely different. So we're going to give a shot to making them different. But first, we got to get this down here. Yes, loving that. Okay. Now, I did have, oh no. Oh, here they are right here, actually. I did have these. This is the page with the hyacinth stickers. I did have this sheet that had sunflowers on it. So I'm going to use some of the stuff on here. And you know how I am about the trucks, guys. That's definitely got to get used. As a matter of fact, it might go right along the bottom of one of these pockets. I don't know yet, but I'm thinking. I also have this kind of yellow, but it's tulips, and it's very, I don't know, that doesn't match to me, so we probably won't do that. I have some of this. This is kind of nice. I might use that on the other pocket. Excuse me. Oh, my throat's dry. I gotta take a sip of coffee. I'm down here in my basement. Can I tell you my coffee gets cold really, really fast? Okay. So basically what I want to do then is to tear up some paper and make some sort of a cluster to go on here. That should fit, right? Right over there. And I have some bits of yellow paper. I even have some bits of the sunflower paper left. Oh, for Pete's sake. It all went underneath this little... I have a little thing over here and it all went under there. I have a long strip. Well, not on this one though. Although I could do a long strip and put it on the other one. So we might do that. Let's see. Put that over there. This is a mess, guys. I mean, I'm not used to work. I'm not used to working. That's not true. I'm used to working in the mess. I just like not quite used. This is weird book page. Can I just tell you? It's got a plastic coating on it, which has made it really difficult to like tear. So it's been interesting to use. Because when I want to tear a little piece off, the plastic makes it difficult. And I don't want to cut it because that defeats the purpose of the tearing. The purpose of the tearing is to not have the straight edges, right? So I don't want to, there, let's do it like that. Okay, now I want to, I have also been trying to make sure that I use the same ink on the clusters that I did on the pocket. So on this one, I think I used the vintage photo. So this is my first foray into a large mass make project, and I'm happy with how it's coming out so far. So I guess that's good. I've been looking for what I want to do next. I think, you know, some of the next things I'm going to do, this is a ton of pockets. Not that I can't like do some library pockets and some other pockets, but I want to try some journaling cards of some sort. We decide the point goes up the side like that. And then we're going to put this like that, I think. All right, let me glue these two together. See, and this is the other thing. I don't have, like, I'm sure you guys would just like pull. I watched Tina decorate her pockets, and I've watched her decorate some things, and she just pulls out of a box of clusters that she's already made. So that's another thing. I've got to sit down with my scraps and just go through and make a bunch of clusters. I thought about doing a mass make for clusters with stickers, because I have tons of stickers that would look really cool on some clusters, and I really think that I might do that. What about this box? I'll put some glue on it. I'm not quite up to where a lot of you ladies are with the making a video a day thing, but I'm working on getting to the point where I can at least try. I have so much fun making these videos. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I suppose you guys say the same thing, right? I don't know why we like it so much. We just do. I wonder if I should put, to tie in with the wood that's already on here, I could put a little piece of this. Underneath here. What do you think? It's too square. Where are we putting this? Okay, so this would have to come out down here, kind of. What do you think? I think. I know, I kind of like that as a little added extra something. All right, let me put some glue on it. Stick it to the back of the cluster. Oh, I forgot to ink it. Let's ink it, especially over here on these white pieces. All right, now we're going to glue this cluster down. Some of the clusters I put lace in or doily in, and then some of them I don't. Like this one there's lace on the little border trim thing there, and I kind of didn't want to add more right there above it. I do like pieces of doily in the clusters. I think it looks cool sticking out from behind the stickers. I did it on the hummingbird one on the poem page. All right. So that goes right down there. I didn't get this glued all the way down. I don't want it lifting up on me all the time. All right, where's my rag? Let's clean you off. All right. There's another one almost done, guys. This bottom edge, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and trim it instead of worrying about, because what I think I'm going to do is keep this one kind of simple. Oh, although I did want to find, for this blank area over here, I do have, if I can find it, Let's see. I organized my scrap room and then I added more stuff and now it's not organized anymore and I'm a mess. Let's see. I've got some stamps here. Pretty sure I have a sunflower one in here. Yeah. But we're not going to do we're going to do a brown sunflower. Piece of string over there. All right. There we go. Kind of fills in that space. I like that. All right. And the other thing is I like, oh, there's the poem book. Somehow it got stuck in my punch drawer. Okay, I like rounded corners better than regular corners, although sometimes I will do the little round. So I'm going to see. Ooh, that was the really big round. Oh, too late now. I meant to go to the medium one. But that's okay. I really do. I like rounded corners. I feel like it gives it a finished look. It depends on, of course, what I am looking at. I'm going to put, it got a little bit of pink on it. I'm so upset. I suppose I could tear it, but I think I'm going to tuck it up under there. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, man, I was splattering that. I didn't realize it would go so far. I was doing that thing where you unscrew the top and you tap the plastic sprayer hose, or you tap the cap and the stuff just kind of flicks off the sprayer hose. But I was tapping lightly and I was doing it right over the thing and I thought it would kind of all stay, and it didn't. So, all right, and I just got these darker brown pearls, liquid pearls working. So let's see about maybe putting some of these on here. So maybe I'll do one here. They're not working again. Where's my rag? For some reason, this particular liquid pearl, and if you guys have any advice, please share. This particular liquid pearl keeps separating. And I keep having to like waste a whole ton of it to get it to work the way it's supposed to. And I can't seem to shake it. Like it doesn't. All right, and we're going to do little dots. Oh no, I decided not to do any up there in that space. I did do that on one of them and then I wiped them off because it occurred to me that they would be in the way of something sliding into the pocket and just get knocked off. So I took them off of there. Okay. There, I just hit the centers of some of the smaller flowers. That particular, okay, and there we go. That one I would call done, and it has to be set over to the side so the liquid pearls can dry. Now that one there up at the top has a lot of liquid in it and will probably end up drying flat instead of like with texture. But I don't know. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? Put a couple of tiny dots in this stamp. I say all that and then I go and put those dots there. That's also a sliding spot. But I like the way that looks on the stamp. So we added a little bit of texture to the middle of our stamp. All right, so I'm going to set that one aside to dry with my done ones over here. And I'm going to get this out of the way because limited space and all that. And then we're going to look at this one. Now, this comes out of a storybook that same storybook that this came out of. So let's see if we can't finish this page up, and then we will have, I don't know if I want to, obviously not all the way up there. That seems silly, doesn't it? Because well, all right, hang on just a second. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to turn the camera back on, but I tore this strip down. And what I think I'm going to do is put this along the plain side over here. So let's ink this. The edges aren't really what needs inking. It's these edges. Okay, so let's put this down. And then I've inked a piece of this yellow from the book page. And I think I'm going to put that on here. And it's going to go further up and down than the other. So we're going to add this here. That, and then I was thinking this could go here, although I am going to have to tear did you hear that pop? That was the plastic popping. All right. So like that, maybe, and over here. And I don't necessarily mind this going down into this, but I don't know if I want it to come that far. So let's tear this off. It's a popping noise again. I don't know if I can do anything about that without like actually using scissors. I suppose I could trim just that plastic and it wouldn't affect the torn edge. It's weird. I've never had to tear a book page that's covered in plastic. All right. So this piece down along there like that to kind of break that up. And this one kind of might get two clusters, kind of. I don't know. This is kind of a side cluster, I think. Down like that. I don't want it to interfere with the pocket, which is why I keep watching the top rather than the bottom. So we have that, and then I really want to put this one here. What do you think? Maybe with coffee dyed paper underneath, down at the bottom. The problem, of course, being that it just kind of blends right in with this, but I like that. I like this little, I really like this little piece of, all right, let me get the, I'm going to ink this so that it's separated from the book page that I'm about to glue it to. Oh, you know, this might benefit from doily, guys, since I haven't put any lace on this page. If I can find my doilies. Once again, I've lost stuff. Ooh, you know what else I have? Let me pull something real quick before I put this down. Or maybe I can put them both down. I don't know. Hold on. First of all, I found more doilies. I have, I found all my coffee dyed wrapping paper that I have, and I happen to have, well, I'm going to make a liar out of myself. I happen to have green. So maybe what I'll do is get a piece of this to put at the top with the book page. Is that going to look okay with this? What do we think? Tuck under. And then the coffee dyed paper at the bottom. Like that. I think we're going to do that. So this goes down first. Hopefully I did that right. Okay. And then this goes down. See, I coffee dyed. I tore off. This was my first foray into coffee dyeing. And I think I put it in the video, but I'm not sure. Okay, that like that. So it sticks out there. And then we're going to put this on here. I really, really like this. This is from a children's book. I mean, you can almost tell by the art. It's a really cute book. It's got little animals with moms and babies, and like a mom rabbit and a baby rabbit, a mom tiger and a baby tiger, like that. And I was cutting that book up the other night, so I have all the pieces from it, and I really like this piece. So I want to, and I thought it would go good with this sunflower. I don't know that it's supposed to be sunflowers, but it reminds me of them with the dark center and all that. So there's that. I really like that. It's kind of plain. It's simple. There's no like, well, I mean, there's no really like big puffy stuff to any of them, I guess. Now the decision to whether or not to add anything else to this page, because I do feel like it still needs something. What about something like this? Today is the day. How about that? It can't just go down at the bottom one. I mean, technically it's a black piece of paper. It could go down at the bottom on nothing. I mean, it's a black sticker. Problem is I have to take the sticker off to see if I like it. I actually don't. I feel like it kind of gets lost down there. So I don't want to do that. Question is, do I want to put any other trim or anything on here? Because I feel like this one's kind of plain, guys. I mean, not that plain is bad. Sometimes plain is all you need. Like I said, I have a tendency to overdo, so there's a piece of me that wants to be able to say, hey guys, what do you think? And you be able to answer me. But, you know, to get the comments, I got to post the video and then I'm done. I'm just going to trim this edge. I really don't like trimming. I made one of them. I think it's actually my favorite one, the purple one with the hyacinths and stuff in it. I made one of them really, really crooked. But, okay. Maybe I should just kind of round the corners and do the edges and call it, because I don't want to overdo it. Oh, I know what I could put on here that might be okay. Is this them? This is them. What about some of this? Just like a little piece of it. First of all, we're going to trim that. You just put it over to there. Or I could put it at the top and it could go all the way across. But there again, you have to worry about pocket interference. I mean, it's at the very top, so you've got plenty of room to dodge it. Or I could put it at the bottom. I like this little flower trim. Maybe I could do it across the bottom and then put like just a couple up in the corner. Okay, so we're going to cut this off. Actually, a knot right there. I don't know why, but we're going to actually cut it off at that knot. So let's trim this. I'm trimming the little links. Okay. Now we're just going to go right along the bottom. And this might be the back, actually, which is good because I'm going to put glue on the little flowers. Now, obviously, if you make these pockets, you can make them as simple or as, like, busy or, you know, whatever as you want. That's got to be, you know, your ideas and your taste, obviously. And sometimes my taste leans a little more toward the very busy. I don't know why. I just really like all of the... I think that's why collage and this junk journaling stuff appealed to me to begin with, is because I looked at it and I went, wow, I really like how you combine all of those patterns and all those colors and all those papers and, you know, and get something really pretty out of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily expect to go together. I mean, let's be honest. Everything we put together doesn't necessarily look like it should go. Okay. And for this one, I think what I will do, cut right between those, and I think I'm going to separate it from the top. So we're going to take this piece off the top up here, the line, and then leave the rings in between like a chain, a daisy chain. Probably should be using smaller scissors, but it's what I got at hand, so sorry if this is taking a second. I'm trying not to cut the other ones. This one here is glued or something. It's got glue or something on it. Or it's doubled up. Maybe it's doubled up. It is. It's doubled up. Okay, well, let's cut that off. I don't want that on there. Okay. Cut that little piece off that, and there we go. Oh, wait. Sorry, this is a lot of cutting. Was I doing most of it off camera? Guys, I'm sorry. Okay, and then we're going to put these up here at the top to kind of tie in the flowers. And see, just like that, you come up with something you weren't really expecting. And you know, and who knew the little white flowers would be something that you would want to put on something like this. Okay. There, much better. They keep curling up. I'd have to add a little more glue, but I'll wait till it dries and see where we stand. This is Fabri-Tac, by the way. So yeah, this one's kind of cutesy, which is why I liked adding the little daisy chains to it to go with the kind of cute flower. I like the way this one turned out just as much as I like the way the other ones turned out. Last thing to do is ink the edges. And guys, I'm really thrilled that you stopped by and did a kind of mass make with me. I mean, we went through the ones I had already made. I'm not going to ink those right there yet. I'm afraid it's going to scrape them right off the side. But yeah, so thanks for, you know, stopping in and hanging out and crafting along if you did, and get a little bit of ink on the edges of the daisies down here at the bottom. And I hope that you guys will stop in and see me for the next make. I don't know if it'll be in 2 parts like this one was, but I keep trying to keep my videos under a certain amount of time, and it seems like I can't get them there. So we'll see if there's stuff I can edit and shorten it up some. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.